Okay, so we are approaching our top descent. I'm just going to get my ACARS tracker up on the screen again. So we're approaching our top descent, and as we do that, we're going to now go through the steps of the approach and descent. And we've got Sydney ADIS, Sydney Tower. We did have Sydney Tower. We've got Sydney Ground on, but Sydney Tower seems to have gone. So we've got Sydney ADIS though. But we've got a bit of weather on the radar as well now popping on. But alright, we're going to get ready for our descent. So we're coming up to our top descent, as you can see on the screen there. And it's around about just under, it's about 30 miles away. So the easiest way we can also check is to go to our FMC. We can see how far we are from top descent. With a bit of lightning there. We can actually go into Pref. And we can see top descent from the cruise is now 14. So we've got our destination data in. If we didn't have our destination data in, we would want to make sure that we've got our destination data in. So we're going to set an altitude down to about 12,000 to start with, because we've got no ATC to give us any lower altitude. And I'm going to adjust the range to 20. And I'm going to wait as soon as it gets inside the 5 mile ring. When it gets within about 5 miles, I'm going to begin the descent. So I'm just going to wait now until it approaches that 5 mile marker, because I want to start it a little bit early so that the system's ready for it. Now, if we had ATC, they might already told us to descend, or they might wait until later on to descend. But the quicker we can start our descent, the better it'll be. So we're going to go into managed descent. Now we can go into open descent if we pull forward, but we're going to push on the FMC altitude, which will go into managed descent. And we're in about that 5 miles now, so I'm going to push managed descent now. So we're now in managed descent mode, and you'll see that the green dot is actually staying center. We are descending. The green dot will go up, but if we're below the profile, it's not a big deal, as long as we're not above the profile. So we're below the profile, so that'll give us a nice, gentle, easy descent down. We've got our descent set in for 245, so I just want it to be a nice, easy descent down. When we get down to about 10,000, of course, we'll put our seatbelt signs back on and our landing lights out. But this should give us a very nice, easy descent. We've got constraints on, so we can see all the constraints as well as they come up. And that's all we have to actually do. We just now watch that green dot, and that will eventually come down and even up here, and then we will just follow it down. So that's why we're only descending at 1,000 feet a minute at the moment. And you can see the green dot is now coming back into a line as we approach the profile, to come back onto profile. And when it centers, we'll continue our descent down following that green dot, and that green dot will pretty much stay central. Now if it does dip below, we can bring out the speed brakes a little bit to give us a bit more drag, but at the moment we shouldn't need any drag at all, so we'll keep an eye on that as we go. And we'll check our charts as well, and the easiest way to do that is just to go over here, go into your charts again, and we want to look at that arrival. Now I had to change it back to 1/6 left, because my virtual airline had filed it with 1/6 left. It's filed on Vatsim as 1/6 left, so I've had to choose it back to 1/6 left, which is a Bore 4 Alpha arrival. So I have to make sure that I'm on that Bore 4 Alpha arrival. So if we look at that, and we'll zoom in on that, give you a better overview. So we need to be at maximum height 9,000 by Bore, and Vastra 8,000 is our top. B-row is 9,000, but we want to be between 9,000 and 8,000. I don't know why it's sort of gone back from 8,000 to 9,000, but that's our maximum top, and this is our maximum No, that's our maximum top, sorry. That's our maximum bottom. So we want to be 8,000 or above, 9,000 or above at Boree, 8,000 or above at Vasra, and below 9,000 at least by B-Row. So we're going to make sure that we are that. So from here we've got runway 16 left. From Olives, track 158, expect radar vectors to final, but we should be okay. And we're going to go straight in now. We're not going to go gentle, zonka and all that. We want to come straight in to 16 left. And we're not going to go marja, dipper or any of that. So we need to go back over to our flight plan. We need to look at the planning page and just make sure we don't have any issues with the planning page. We might have a discontinuity there, so we're going to go to the flight plan page and I'm going to just step through the flight plan. I'm going to just step through the flight plan and have a look again. So there's Ingram, Sadlo, Boree, so Boree above 9,000. Vasra is above 8,000, so that's fine. So looking at it now, we've got Boree, Vasra. Okay, then we've got B-Row below 9,000. Olives 4,000, above 4,000. And then it goes on to Renam. Renam and straight into 16 left. So from Olives we're going straight into Renam 16 left, so straight in. So that's a good straight in approach. We don't need to worry about anything there. Lots of weather now we're coming into, and all we need to do, and you can see the green dot staying nicely centered at the moment. Now we're coming down to 12,000. I'm going to 29,000, sorry, we've still got a long way to go. All right, so now I'm just going to check again over here at the arrival, the approach for 16 left, ILS 16 left, Cat 1, Cat 2. We'll check this one. The RA is still 101 on that. That's the decision height, 101, which is we want for the radio altitude. That's Cat 2, Cat 1. I might actually change that to Cat 1, 152, because, but I don't know with the storm what the visibility is going to be like. But I can choose 152 if needed. So from Tonics, 4,000. And then we'll pick up the glide slope. Renham is when we're on the glide slope, 150 minimum down to 1700. So that's all looking nicely at the moment. So we don't have any issues there. Closely spaced parallel runways, simultaneous approach, authorised with runway 16 right. Alright, so we're going in 16 left. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. Alright, lots of weather there, some red zones as well. It looks like we're coming into a bit of stormy weather. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky, stormy weather. That's a very old song. Alright, so check the weather on the range. Oh, look at that, pretty nasty. It looks like we're going to go through some pretty hairy stuff there, actually. That does not look the best. Yeah, it's sort of clear around where the runway is, but we're going to go right through some pretty stormy stuff by the looks of it. And I'll leave it on 20 for now. Actually, I'll leave it on 40. So we can see, check out all that. All right, we got some very hairy stuff. We're coming down through. not the best. All right, just going to put that over there. I'm going to tune the ATIS in for Sydney.
Runway 16 left and right for arrivals and departures. Runway 16 right surface condition 5, 5, 5. Wet, wet, wet. Runway 16 left surface condition 5, 5, 5. Wet, wet, wet. Independent parallel departures in progress. Wind, 190 degrees, 18 knots. Visibility 5,000 meters. Light showers of rain. Clouds scattered 1,200 feet, scattered 1,900 feet, broken 2,400 feet. Temperature 19er. QNH 1007.
Okay, so
Sydney Terminal Information Delta.
right, so what we heard there was the what we're going to do is check the QNH was 1007. So what I'm going to do is very quickly, I'm going to just go into the normal QNH, change it to 1007 and put it back out to standard. That way we're ready to set. Whatever the QNH was, we're ready to set. We're now going to check the FMC again, and we're going to go to our preferences, our approach, and check we've got 1007. I'm just going to listen again and check the winds.
Visibility 8 kilometers. Light showers of rain. Cloud broken 1,200 feet. Broken 1,900 feet. Overcast 2,200 feet. Temperature 19er. QNH 1007. On first contact with Sydney ground or approach, notify receipt of information Delta. Time check, 1138.5. Sydney Terminal Information Delta. Expect instrument approach then independent visual approach when visual. Do not pass through assigned runway center line. Runway 16 left and right for arrivals and departures. Runway 16 right surface condition 5, 5, 5. Wet, wet, wet. Runway 16 left surface condition 5, 5, 5. Wet, wet, wet. Independent parallel departures in progress. Wind, 200 degrees, 17 knots. Visibility 8 kilometers. Light showers of rain. Cloud broken 1,200 feet, broken 1,900 feet, over.
Alright, so I just wanted to double check the winds. Sometimes you can listen to the ATIS a couple of times, just make sure you got all that information that is required. We've turned on the seat belts because there's going to be turbulence now. We've got lightning around us, so the runway is wet. We have winds at 217 knot crosswind, temperature 19, and I've set in the radio altitude now to make sure that that is set again. I'm just going to double check on that chart. Our radio altitude 101 or 152. I put in 152, but I think I might change it to 111, but the visibility is 8 kilometers, so I'll leave it at the moment at 152.
1650 with Delta. 1650, Sydney, take it over runway 16 right, clear for land. Runway 16 right, clear land, 1650.
Alright, we'll now set our altitude down to about 7,000. We're still descending. You can see that we're still in the green dot. That hasn't changed at all. But I'm just going to leave it so that it's changing down. Now by Boree we want to be above 9,000. But by Vastra we want to be above 8,000. So we want to be below that 9,000 really. So we're on profile. We don't need to do anything. Excuse me. Except to just monitor. Make sure that green dot stays there. Now if it drops down, I'm going to bring out some speed brakes. As we approach 10,000, I'm going to change the QNH back from standard to managed, and also turn on the landing lights after 10,000. Now, of course, depending on where you are in the world, your transition altitude will be different. The UK is 6,000, not 10,000, and the USA is 18,000, not 10,000. Our transition altitude in Australia, excuse me, is 10,000 feet. Alright, so as you can see, a lot of the red stuff now has moved away from me, so that's good. It's more out to the east of me. There's a lot of cloud out there, so there could be some lightning still. I saw some lightning before. Okay, we got... oh, there's some lightning. Woohoo! The lightning effects in the sim is absolutely fan-bloody-tastic now. Alright, so there is some lightning out there. I wonder how they depict the lightning though, like where they get the light. Is the lightning like timed to what it is in the real world, I wonder? Very impressive anyway, nonetheless. Alright, so we're just about ready for our approach. We're still on profile, we're coming down to 10,000 now. So I'm going to turn the landing lights on now. And I'm going to set the standard back to the 1007. The landing lights are on, and you see we dipped below the profile, but now the profile is coming back in line, all because of the QNH change. And we're probably still too far. Oh, no, sender wants to contact us now. Okay. 13315. Okay, alright, no problem. 133150. Alright, we'll tune that on to
Just give me a call in about 10 minutes on 130 decimal 90. Roger, proceed to call 130 decimal 90.
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 821.
Jetstar 821. Centre, g'day. Just confirm the rivet, the Bori 4 Alpha arrival.
Yeah, Roger, Bori 4 Alpha arrival, 16 left.
Jetstar 821, thank you, send via starter 4000. Sydney QNH 1007.
Descend via the star to 4000, QNH 1007, just 821. Alright, so now we've got Vatsim controller just came on, and so he's given us clearance down to 4000. So now, instead of going on the managed descent, I'm going to pull it to open descent.
42, we're tracking direct Hugo, climbing flight level 350.
So open descent now to increase that descent rate, and I'm going to increase the descent rate a little bit more because we're dropping, we're going above the profile, so I'm going to bring it down to about 2200. I have to watch that speed though, because we're going to go over 250 below 10,000. That's not good actually. We don't want to do that. just reached 258 below 10,000.
Delta
So
891 Brisbane, good evening, 124240.
that's right, we can go back into managed descent now. Stay on profile. Alright, we're going to bring out some speed brakes because we're dropping that and it says more drag. So we're going to increase our rate of descent again a little bit. But we want to keep it sort of not too much.
21, cancel the start, clear direct to Tonna, clear ILS approach.
Cancel star, cleared direct to Tonna, cleared ILS approach, Jetstar 21. Alright, so we cleared direct, so now we go direct on the thing.
416, turn right,
Tonna.
heading 030.
And we insert that. Alright. Alright, we're going to bring the landing systems online and the approach online.
Delta 1891, identified, verified level passing.
Passing flight level 180, climbing 350, just at 1891.
Delta 1891, thanks, cleared to Sydney via amended ATMA, flight plan route, climb flight level 350.
Alright, so I've just gone back into open descent for a little bit and we're going to come down here and what we're going to do is go into preferences and make sure that we're on the approach mode now, which we are. So now we're on the approach mode, there's some more lightning and we can bring out the first stage of flaps. I'm going to put the second autopilot on. Oh. I'm going to use the dual autopilots. As you can see, dual autopilots in approach mode. We've got the localizer captured. I'm going to go back to managed. Well, it actually will go back into managed anyway because it's picked up the localizer. And it'll shortly pick up the glide slope and we'll be on track to our landing. Now we can go almost into flaps 2 shortly. Alright, now we can go flaps 2, speed check flaps 2.
Heading 130.
To running 130, ambulance 46.
And glide slope is now captured. Now I'm going to set my go around altitude to 3000 because we've already captured the glide slope and we've captured. Now we can go flaps 3, speed check flaps 3.
Descend via flight level 130.
And we can see the runways in sight now. We can see 16 right there, so we should be very close to 16 left.
21, contact Sydney Tower 120.5, g'day.
Contact tower 120.5, just say 21. G'day, thank you.
See ya. Ambulance 416, turn around.
Sydney Tower, just say 821.
Side 21, Sydney Tower, g'day, runway 16 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 16 left, just say 821. And just like that, we shall get this bird on the ground. Hopefully very nice and easy. We've got another aircraft just up there. Just off there, I can tell it's an aircraft because it's very bright on the lights. Alright, we're going to bring, well, we're 10 miles. I won't bring the gear down just yet. Keep it nice and easy. Alright, we're going to arm the spoilers. We're going to put the auto brake onto medium. Also going to select my bay. Oh no, I won't select my bay. I'll wait until I can get there. Actually, no, I'll select my bay. I normally do this prior to landing. It's a lot easier to do. We want gate 52 if I can get it. Let's see. Gate domestic 52 with safe dock, because that's, I've set that up in GSX. Alright, GSX choice, there we are. Okay, probably not right, probably Swissport. It's Swissport seem to have taken over a lot of the catering for a lot of the airports. Okay, so our autopilot is fully engaged. We are now 7 miles. I'll drop the gear down now. And I think I'll leave this as a flaps 3 landing, so we might actually just quickly change the config. Landing config, we're going to do flaps 3. And I'm going to change here to GPWS landing flaps 3 on. So, not going to go to full flaps. There we are, flaps config 3, GPS, GWP, oh, you know what I mean. GPWS setting to flaps 3. I've been told that it's better off to do flaps 3 instead of full flaps sometimes, so we are set to go now. We might get a gentler, more gentle landing if we do flaps 3. Flaps 4 can slow us down a little bit too much and drop us. So we'll see how we go. Alright, there's 16 right on there, and here's 16 left. Straight down the money. Now we're still on autopilot. Let's see if we can get a nice auto landing in this weather. Alright, cabin crew is notified, crew is ready, cabin is ready, okay, right. Everything's looking good. Alright, our approach is looking good. Bit foggy over the airport, over the runways. Not too bad though, we've got most of the storm has gone away on the other side. Yeah, it's good. Alright, 2 reds, 2 whites. Very nice and easy approach at the moment. Going very well. Let's hope it stays that way.
G'day, ambulance for 16 tablets on the island from runway 1 to track.
500.
416 Sydney target over runway 16 front this way.
Alright, 1 to track will land. Ambulance for 16.
400. 300. 100 above.
It's looking very good so far. A little bit of crosswind.
Minimum
Continue.
100.
Landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Retard.
Oh, what was that? Minus 211. Not too bad. That was actually pretty good landing. Very good landing. Alright, reverse green, decel.
Safe for 160, 5 Charlie, Tango.
Manual braking.
Bravo, Bravo.
Landing lights off. taxi light on.
Flight 21 taxi, 5 Tango, Lima, Bravo, hold short, Bravo 8.
Tango Lever Bravo, hold short Bravo 8, 821. Strobes off. Alright, there we are. A nice gentle landing.
Engine plate 21, what was your plate number tonight?
Gate 52 domestics.
Plate.
Ooh. Ooh. Oop, that wasn't very good. We sort of slid off the taxiway there. A little bit of a tight turn, but we got it back on. I didn't brake enough. We should have been a gentler brake on that, so yeah, not very good. But anyway, it's alright. Alright, so now we just need our ground charts, and I'm going to have to bring up my other chart for this so I can see. Just going to bring up charts. There we go, charts. I should have had this open. I'll put that over there just so I can double check my ground charts. Imports. And we just want Sydney ground. Alright, there we are. I like the Navigraph charts because you got the moving charts and that, so you can see. Tango Lima Bravo, hold short of Bravo 8, you said. Alright. And a wet rainy night in Sydney. Alright, we'll just do our ECAM as well. Clear all that. Oop. Where? Sorry. Not not takeoff. Not takeoff test. We don't want takeoff. Recall. Clear. I've mucked it up now, sort of thing, because of hitting the takeoff config. But anyway, that's alright. Yeah, doesn't matter. Oh, we better start our APU as well. We get that running. I'm paying attention to other things and not where I'm taxing. Okay, alright, there we go. Alright, we've got our... Everything's good. Alright. Pay attention to the taxi.
Left on runway 25.
Unable. Ambulance 416.
416, vacate Bravo 7. Clear by Bravo, cross runway 25. Did you have a preferred bay?
I think we'll take the domestic 5, I think.
416, Roger, taxi. By Bravo, cross runway 25, Golf Bay. Good day.
Taxi Bravo, cross 25, Golf Bay. For ambulance 416.
Alright, put our flaps are up. Alright, so we're turning now, coming up the top. Watch our ground speed a little bit. Don't go faster than 30 knots or 30 on the ground speed, and you want to be around about 10 to 12 on turning, so you're not scraping the tyres, stuff like that. Alright, increase the speed a little bit now.
Information echo is now transmitted with 160 degrees 16 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Weather recent showers of rain, clouds scattered 1,000 feet, broken 1,700 feet, overcast 3,200 feet. Changing Sydney terminal information echo.
There you go. That's when the ATIS changes, when the weather changes. A lot of people think that the ATIS changes just by random, but that's not true. Alright, so we just got to go past that. And now we're going to turn up Bravo. Hey, hang on. Oops, oopsie. We're on the runway here. I missed my turn. Oopsie. You don't want to do that. Oops. Apologies, Sydney. We accidentally missed our turn on Bravo. We'll go back off here in a moment.
If they do on the road, you can backtrack runway 16 right, but you can't runway 9.
Yep. Yeah. I thought I had the turn down there, but the visibility in the rain was bad. So my apologies.
Just say 21 no worries.
Did you say I just 767 today?
767.
So, I was looking at the movement on the Navigraph charts, and to me it looked like I hadn't gone past Bravo, but then I actually did, because I saw the signs for the runway,
67 runway 16 right.
and that's something I've not done before. So there you go. You don't want to do that in real life, but you can make a mistake.
Anyone continue taxi via Bravo across runway 25.
Continue taxi via Bravo, cross runway 25, just say 21. Alright, yeah. I just got to bring my chart down a bit. Alright, so now we want to go. Alright, we've just missed golf. So we're going to go in here. Charlie. Which is fine anyway. Alright. And just before we turn on to our bay, we'll turn the taxi light off. We've got our APU is on. Right, so I'm going to turn the taxi light off now, because there's bay 52. Make sure it goes off. Okay, alright, we turn on to 52. Watch our brakings. We have safe dock on this one. Alright, should be able to get us to the position. Just use a little bit of left throttle. Alright, straighten up the nose a little bit. I was a little bit crooked there. Slow it down. Slow it down.
Just 767. What was your bay number tonight?
Can we go with
Yep.
domestic
Gonna
35?
move this up a bit so I can see. Can't see. There we are.
767 Roger, taxi via Bravo, cross runway 25, Charlie to the Bacon.
Bravo, cross runway 25, Charles delay,
Stop. There we are. Stop! Alright, parking brakes are on. Okay, engine 2 off. Alright, engine 1 off. Beacon light off, and seatbelt signs off. Right. Right, deboarding requested. So there we are. Alright, we'll turn the ground supply off, the ground control on. And we'll come back and turn the center fuel tanks off, because we'll do another flight as well. So we now have to go to our overhead, and we're just going to turn the center tanks off. I have to edit this parking again, because there shouldn't be anything about stairs. Anyway, that is part 2. That is how you do a descent and landing into an airport. I hope this one helped you out, guys. If it did, please give it a comment, a thumbs up, rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Click the bell for notifications when I do a new video, and I do a new video pretty much regularly now. So yeah, if you want to be learning anything, if there's something you're not sure, drop me a line and I'll let you know. Thank you very much, guys. Stay frosty. Catch you next time. Bye for now.